Today we discussed about the part excretion. What is metabolism? All cellular activities altogether known as metabolism. Metabolic activities generate nitrogenous wastes like urea, uric acid, etc., which need to be removed from our body. The biological process involved in the removal of such metabolic wastes is known as excretion. First topic, excretion in human being. Human excretory system comprises of a pair of kidneys and a pair of ureters, one urinary bladder and urethra. This is our excretory system. Two kidneys, ureter, urinary bladder and urethra. Our body is divided into two parts, thorax and abdomen. The kidneys located two sides of our backbone in abdominal cavity. Human body is divided into upper thorax and lower abdomen. Kidney are bean-shaped organs located either side of vertebral column in the lower abdominal cavity. Kidney filters metabolic wastes from blood and excrete them as a liquid called urine. Kidney filters metabolic wastes from blood and excrete them as a liquid called urine. The excretion maintains normal composition of blood, fluid and salt balance throughout the body tissue. Urine formed in the kidney is brought to the urinary bladder by two hollow muscular tubes called ureter. We already discussed. Urethra is the small tube that leads urine to the outside of the body. The passing out of urine from urinary bladder is known as micturition. The passing out of urine from urinary bladder is called micturition. Next, normal components of urine. Normal components of urine. The urine contains water, that is 1200 to 1500 ml per day. The urine formation per day the urine contains water content 1200 to 1500 milliliter per day. Urea 25 to 30 milligrams per day. Uric acid 0.7 milligrams per day. Then other components, water, urea, uric acid are the main components. Then other components include creatine, ammonia, sodium chloride, potassium chloride, magnesium, magnesium, phosphate, sulfur, etc. It is the normal condition. In normal condition, the normal urine contains water, urea, uric acid, creatinine, ammonia, sodium chloride, potassium chloride, magnesium, phosphate, sulfate, etc. Then trace amount like or minute amount of fatty acids. In normal case, minute amount of fatty acids, amino acids, pigments, mucin, enzymes, hormones and vitamins. Next topic, the basic filtration unit of kidney, that is nephron. The basic filtration unit. That is nephron. This is the picture of nephron. There are numerous nephrons are connected to collecting duct, a typical part of nephron. This is Bowman's capsule. Bowman's capsule. This is the branch of renal artery. This is the glomerulus. This part is known as Henle's loop. Henle's loop. This part is known as Henle's loop. Henle's loop with mainly two parts. That is, this is the descending limb and this is the ascending limb. This is the descending limb and this is the ascending limb of Henle's loop. Then this part is known as proximal convoluted tubule, PCT. Proximal convoluted tubule, and this is the distal convoluted tubule. This is the collecting duct. This is the branch of renal artery. This is the branch of renal vein, Bowman's capsule, glomerulus, Henle's loop. This is descending loop, or limb of Henle's loop, and this is ascending limb of Henle's loop. Henle's loop. Descending and ascending limbs altogether known as Henle's loop. This red and blue network of blood capillaries. These are the blood capillaries that cover all part of nephron. These blood capillaries include the capillaries of vein and artery. Next, formation of urine. Next topic, formation of urine. There are mainly 3 steps. First, ultrafiltration. Ultrafiltration. Each glomerular capillary receives blood flowing under high pressure through a branch of renal artery. Here we can draw the Bowman's capsule. This is glomerulus, a branch of artery, the branch of artery enter into the mouth part of Bowman's capsule and make minute branches, lot of minute tubes, that is known as glomerulus. Each glomerular capillary, these are the glomerular capillary, receives blood flowing under high pressure. The blood pressure is high in glomerulus through the branch of, that is the branch of renal artery. This glomerulus is the branch of renal artery. Branch of renal artery. Each glomerular capillary receives blood at a high pressure through a branch of renal artery. Molecules like water, glucose, minerals, amino acids, urea, uric acid are oozing out from these capillaries and collected in lumen of Bowman's capsule. The blood pressure in glomerulus, these branches, minute branches with high blood pressure, so the blood components oozes into the cavity of Bowman's capsule. This filtrate is known as glomerular filtrate. This filtrate contains components like water, glucose, minerals, amino acids, urea, uric acid, etc. that oozing out from capillaries and collected in the lumen of Bowman's capsule. This filtrate is known as glomerular filtrate. Second step of urine formation is selective reabsorption. Selective reabsorption, or also known as tubular reabsorption. Tubular reabsorption. The glomerular filtrate flows through the Henle's loop. Here we see the Henle's loop. Next part of nephron. This is the descending and ascending part of Henle's loop. This is the proximal convoluted part, and this is distal convoluted tubule. The blood capillaries passing all over the nephron absorb following substance. This cover all over the nephron. The blood capillaries passing over the nephron absorb following substance. First, the reabsorption take place at a proximal convoluted tubule, that is PCT. 65% to 85% of filtrate, glomerular filtrate reabsorbed through PCT. 65 to 85% of filtrate reabsorbed by this minute blood capillaries is about 65 to 85%. This part PCT absorb water. The PCT part reabsorbed water, glucose, amino acid, salts. Most of the reabsorption conducted through PCT area. Next part, descending limb of Henle's loop. Descending limb reabsorb only 5% of water. Then the ascending limb of Henle's loop. Salts only, reabsorb salts only. Next, distal convoluted area and the collecting duct. The DCT, distal convoluted tubule and collecting duct. DCT and collecting duct absorb sodium ions and water. Now complete the second part of urine formation, that is the reabsorption of useful materials from the glomerular filtrate that is passing through the duct. The third step of urine formation, that is tubular secretion. Third step of urine formation is tubular secretion. What happens in tubular secretion? Cells of renal tubule directly secrete certain unwanted substances from blood into the filtrate. The cells bond together the nephron. The cells of renal tubules all cells of renal tubule directly secrete certain unwanted substance from blood into the filtrate. From blood into the glomerular filtrate. That is like uric acid, potassium ions, ammonia. After completing these three steps, urine is formed. The last waste product that expel into collecting duct is known as urine. Last waste product called urine. Next topic, hemodialysis. Hemodialysis. What is hemodialysis? If blood urea level rises abnormally, that condition is known as uremia. The blood urea level rises abnormally, that condition is known as uremia in patients suffering from kidney failure. If blood urea level rises abnormally, that is uremia. Condition is known as uremia in patients suffering from kidney failure. In such patients, an artificial mechanism, that is artificial kidney, used for removing excess urea from blood by a process called hemodialysis. The steps of hemodialysis include: first, blood taken out from artery. taken out from artery, cooling blood at 0 degrees centigrade. Then this cooled blood pass through cellophane tube of artificial kidney for filtration. Cellophane tubes of artificial kidney or machine. For filtration. Next step, nitrogenous compounds from cellophane tubes flow into dialysing fluid by diffusion. Nitrogenous wastes from blood from cellophane tube flow into dialysing fluid by the process of diffusion. What is diffusion? Diffusion is the passing of solid and gases from its higher concentration to its lower concentration is known as diffusion. Next, the blood coming out of artificial kidney is warmed to body temperature. Then blood coming out of artificial kidney is warmed to body temperature, then returned to vein of patient. Warmed to body temperature and returned to vein of patient, taken from artery and returned to vein of patient. Next, last part, that is excretion in plants. This is the dialysing machine. This is cellophane tube. These are the fluid. Dialysing fluid. Blood taken from artery and returned to vein. Waste is collected in bottles. Next topic, excretion in plants. Excretion in plants. The byproduct of photosynthesis, that is oxygen, expelled through stomata. Stomata located on leaves and some tender part of plants. The photosynthesis byproduct, that is oxygen, is expel through stomata. Next, excess water expel by transpiration. Transpiration is the evaporation of water through stomata. Third, many plant wastes are stored in cellular vacuole. Cells have large vacuoles. Plant cells with large vacuoles filled with fluid. Many plant wastes are stored in cellular vacuole. Some waste excrete in soil. Some wastes excrete into soil. Some type of waste stored as resins and gums. Some wastes stored as resins and gums. Now complete the session excretion in human and plants. If you like this session, please like, share and subscribe.